Flight attendants, what is the most traumatic experience you've had on the job? Once on a flight over the Pacific Ocean I had a death in flight. An older gentleman and his wife were the last aboard the aircraft. They had to be wheeled to their seats on board by the wheelchair porters. In hindsight we probably should have known something was fishy when the gentleman had to be shaken awake by the porters once he got to his seat, but at the time he just appeared to be drowsy and napping. But anyway, we took off and went about the flight as usual. About halfway into the flight, one of the other flight attendants came up and told me that he thinks he heard a passenger collapse in the lavatory and that he needed help getting the door open and that whoever was inside was not responding to them. So we go to the back and pop the lav door off its hinges, and guess who falls out? It's the older gentleman, and he's unresponsive. We rolled him onto his back and he was barely breathing, so I told the other flight attendant to stay with the passenger and page for any medical professionals on board while I went to grab emergency medical equipment. The whole time we were trying to coordinate, his wife was yelling at us that he's fine and to just return him to his seat. He was not fine. By the time I grabbed our emergency AED and medical kits and O2 tanks and made it back to the passenger, there were 3 nurses who had already started CPR on the fella, and as a messy surprise, once they unbuttoned his shirt they found that he one of those poop bags that attach to your